cat food too. Have some 'cause it's good for you. And if I ever get out of here, I'm eating cat food too. All right, a little modified rendition of the old Bob Seger song on a Super Bowl Sunday. Hello, everyone. Oh yeah, I'm feeling goofy today, so look out. First game of a doubleheader. I'm talking about Strat-O-Matic baseball, of course. 1966 full season replay. White Sox at Athletics. Don't look now, but the White Sox are riding an 8-game winning streak into this game. It's the third of a 4-game set, the first of a doubleheader. Kansas City dropped 3 in a row, including the first 2 to the White Sox, of course. White Sox will have Bruce Howard on the mound, who's pitched exceptionally well for them. Youngster Jim Catfish Hunter will take the hill for Kansas City. And hello to Ben Witt. How are you this fine Super Bowl Sunday? Hey there, Ernest. I had my draft yesterday. I choked on my first round pick, but the big news is my team won Game 7 of the semifinals in the Barnstormers tournament last night. I'm going to the Barnstormers finals for the first time in my life. I'm in the final league. That's right. 180-some entrants, only 12 remaining, and I'm one of them. And I'm pretty stoked about it. It's hard to get into the finals. Now, I don't expect to win it. The list of players in this league, oh my goodness. It's the who's who of the experts at this game. I'm like a pretty good chess player up against grandmasters. But just getting there is an accomplishment, and I'm enjoying it. Been playing it for years. It's a 6-season event and then semifinals, so I've played 7 full seasons at different salary caps with different stadium types, or stadium groupings as they call it. And I'm in the finals. I can't even believe it. Finally made the finals league. And it's hard to do because the top 8 scoring teams get a bye. So then what you have is 4 semifinal leagues to decide the 9 through 12 seeds. So if you don't make the top 8, and the top 8 are usually the same guys, more or less. Anyway, my draft. All along I said if he was there at 10, I would take Roki Sasaki. My short list was Sasaki, Mizorowski, Matt Shaw, and Luke Keeschel. That might be there at 10. So I get to 10, Sasaki's there. And had it been Friday night, I just spoke to one of my friends in the league, had it been on Friday, I'd have picked Sasaki. But not me. I got a wild hair Saturday morning and thought, you know what, I'm tired of wasting a first-round pick on all these pitchers who get injured. So I took Matt Shaw, forgetting that it was the Cubs who signed Alex Bregman. Now, I like Matt Shaw, but where the hell is he going to play? Okay, that's enough of my ranting. I'm full of vinegar today. Let's look at the numbers for the starting pitchers in this one. I'll tell you what, you might be surprised at Howard, 3-1 with a 2.17 ERA. 4 starts, 1 complete game. That was a shutout. He's worked 7 times out of the pen. Looks like he's in the rotation now for good, though. This is his 5th of what will be 21 starts. 37 1/3 innings, 32 hits, 13 walks, 21 strikeouts. Not a strikeout pitcher by any means, only 3 home runs allowed. Catfish Hunter, 5-6, 3.95. The 20-year-old has made 14 starts, completed 3 of them. 100 innings, 92 hits, 69 strikeouts. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. Good for you, Ben. I'm not going to watch it. I mean, I hope the Seahawks win just because I have friends that are Seahawks fans, but I don't really care about football. Most of you know that, of course. I'm being beat the point to death here. Well, it's not fantasy baseball. It's Strat-O-Matic Online. And the draft is a keeper league of Strat-O-Matic. It's all Strat-O-Matic, Ernest. The only fantasy baseball I ever played was back in the early 90s. I played the Bill James fantasy baseball for a few years, which was run by Stats, Inc. I think they still have the game, but when Bill James was hired by the Red Sox, they were no longer allowed to use his name. Oh yeah, Ernest, it's all Strat-O-Matic all day long for me. I don't mess around with anything else. It's the game I know and love, and you know, I'm old, so probably not going to change at this point. Okay, let's get into it. Here's the White Sox lineup. Tommy Agee in center field leads it off. Don Buford at third base. Tom McCraw will be at first base. John Romano, who you can find up here at the top under Who's Hot. He'll catch and hit cleanup. Floyd Robinson is in right field. Jerry Adair at second base. Interestingly, the Sox playing well coincided with the acquisition of Jerry Adair. Coincidence? I'll leave that up to you. Lee Ely is at short. Ken Berry gets the start in left. And Howard the pitcher, a switch hitter, in the 9th spot. So we're just about ready to roll here. The umpires for today's game. Red Flaherty behind the plate. Al Salerno at first. Marty Springstead at second. And Ed Runge down at third. The Max was interesting, Ben. I tried the beta version. I was one of the testers. You could sign up when it first came out to do the test. They only took so many. So I got in. It was very buggy at the time, but I could see it had a lot of potential. So I figured, you know, I might revisit that at some point, but I really didn't want to plunk down the money until I was sure they got the bugs out. Good lad. Yes, Captain Quint. Oh, Robert Shaw. My goodness. Loved him in that. He stole the show, in my opinion. And the other actors weren't any slouches. Okay, let's play ball. Hunter's ready to go to work. Tommy Agee steps to the plate, hitting .269 now. 6 homers, 27 RBIs. You may remember Agee got off to a terrible slow start. But he's come on strong to get his average up to .269. Hunter gets the sign. Here we go. The pitch is a 2-6 right. He pops him up third base side. Danny Cater will put it away. And there's one down. Here comes Buford, the switch hitter. Buford at .247, 7 home runs, and a team leading 35 RBIs, mostly out of the 1 or 2 spot. The switch hitter standing in from the left side. Hunter, the pitch, 1-5. He loses him ball 4. Buford always with a good eye. And for Don, that is going to be his 31st walk of the season, and he's got speed on the bases. Hunter a 0, Roof a 0. Buford 17 being held at 15 as Tom McCraw steps to the plate. Where is McCraw's average? Where's his numbers? Where is McCraw? Oh my goodness, no wonder I couldn't see him. He's last on the team and hitting at 186. Just one homer, 14 RBIs. Buford rolling for the lead. 2 through 6 are 9. 11, he doesn't get it. And here comes the next pitch to Tommy McCraw. 1-7. Fly ball to right field, playable for Hirschberger. He puts it away for out number 2. Right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe I'd try a month, see how it, see what they did. I'm sure they made some changes since I was doing the beta test. Hello, Franklin. Welcome in. Romano in the last 10 days, 389, a homer, 6 RBIs. He's also drawn 8 walks. On the year, 263, 6 homers, 28 RBIs. Taking his lead is Buford, still being held. Hunter with a 110 righty. Routine grounder to second, scooped up by Fazio, who throws him out, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, a man left after half an inning. Chicago, nothing. Kansas City coming to bat against Bruce Howard. Let's go ahead and give you the A's lineup. Campy Campaneris leading off at shortstop. Jim Gosker will be in left field. Mike Hirschberger is in right. Roger Repos at first base in the cleanup spot. Danny Cater at third. Joe Nossick in center field. Phil Roof will do the catching. Computer-only Ernie Fazio at second base. And Hunter, the pitcher. No relation to Laverne. Had to throw that in there. That was DeFazio, wasn't it? Okay, basically the same thing. And you call yourself an Italian. And you want to be my latex salesman. Okay, Howard ready to go to work. Campaneris. 269 average, 1 homer, 24 RBIs. Well, you can do that with the Windows game too, Ben. The only difference, of course, is you buy a season. I just purchased the new Windows game with the 25 cards. It was $72. So it's cheaper, but you only get one season. I guess the thing about Max is you have access to all the cards. So with that in mind, that's not that unreasonable, I guess. I don't know. It still seems high to me. I'm in 5 keeper leagues, so I don't have a choice. Okay, Campaneris. Howard ready to go to work. Fastball, 2-3. Rolls it to first. McCraw will take it himself. And he beats the speedy Campaneris to the bag. Right, you only have to pay. And you're not kidding there either, Ben. So you're familiar with the computer game. Yeah, the archaic graphics. It's basically it's a dice rolling. It's so simple. I mean, even I can see through it. And my technical wizardry is extremely lacking, let's just say. Jim Gosker with one down. Gosker on the year just 6 for 40. It's a 150 average, left-handed hitter. Howard with a 1-4 righty. Lifts it the other way to left field. Routine for Barry. Drifts over and puts it away for out number 2. Here's Hirschberger now. He's hitting 252, 1 homer, 25 RBIs. 25 RBIs, second on the team to Dick Green, who's not in the lineup today. Bruce Howard with the pitch. That's a 2-8 righty. Rolls it over to short, fielded by Lee Elia, who throws across for the out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bruce Howard. And just like that, we're scoreless after an inning. Hunter on the mound. Yesterday, a fun but exhausting day with the draft and then watching the semifinal game with everything on Game 7, everything on the line. Floyd Robinson will lead off the second for Chicago. Robinson at 265, 5 home runs, his 33 RBIs, second to Buford on the ball club. Left-handed batter. Hunter with the windup in the pitch, 3-5, rolls it to second. Fazio scoops it up and throws him out. Looks like we don't have a beer batter yet. Jerry Adair, 17 for 43 since coming over. That's a 395 average. On a 5'8" righty. Ground ball to short. Campaneris throws it to Repos. 2 down. That is, whose job is that? Not world's worst gamer. Oh, God, Metal Block. We all know who it is. Lee Elias batting 287 in 101 at-bats. No home runs, but 8 extra base hits and 8 runs batted in as Hunter goes under the windup. That's going to be a 1-3 righty. High fly ball to deep left. Gosker backs up on the track to make the catch. So Elia gave it a ride, but it dies in left field, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Hunter. Here's Bruce Howard once again. Franklin's going to go with Joe Nosek. Done. Joe Nosek is your beer batter. Went to the grocery store this morning, started to go to Winco and realized, uh-oh, it's a zoo. Well, of course it is. We know what day it is. So I went over to Rosar's and got in and out painlessly. Paid a little bit more. Sometimes it's just worth it. Here's Roger Repose to lead off the bottom of the second. Repose at 250 with Kansas City. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Well, let's check out Repose for the season. .233 in 73 at-bats. 5'8" left-handed. He pops him up right side. Adair will take it. So Howard cruising along in the early going, and here's Danny Cater. I'm having vision problems today. There he is, 210 average, 2 homers, a dozen RBIs. Howard gets the sign. Here's the pitch on a 6'8" righty. Liner to third, speared by Buford. 2 down quickly for the beer batter and center fielder, Joe Nosek. Nosek hitting .212, no home runs, 6 RBIs. Howard with the windup and the pitch. That's a 4-7 righty, and he loses him ball 4. So the first base runner for Kansas City is a 2-out walk to Joe Nosek. He's got some speed. Howard with a -1 hold. Romano a +1 arm. So Nosek a 15 will be held on at 13. And with 2 down, he's going to roll for it. Both of these teams love to run. More on that in a moment. 2 through 5, 11 or 12. 9, he doesn't get it. Here's the next pitch to the catcher, Bill Roof. On a 3-4, struck him out. Kansas City comes up empty in the bottom of the second, and we're still scoreless. Exactly, Ben. And that was this morning, right? Oh, yeah, it's a banner day for the Pepsi Frito Corporation. That's all I can say. Moving to the third, Ken Berry will start things off. Whoops. Hang on, I pressed the wrong button there. Berry hitting .322 on the year. Just 1 homer, 13 RBIs. Let's get Hunter on the mound. Here's the pitch from Catfish. On a 2-7, he drops that one into right field in front of Hirschberger for a leadoff single. Little excuse me swing, but it gets the job done. Now Berry, a star 15 base stealer aboard. Hunter with a 0 hold. Where the hell is their catcher? Roof, a 0 hold. So held at 13 is Berry. He won't be trying for it with that 7-8 automatic cut. Wait, he's not up. Yeah, he is. Howard, a C bunter. Switch hitter, 1W. He'd be a left-handed hitter. With the runner held, he's going to square to bunt. Lays it down as a C on an 11. He pops it up first base side, and Repos will make the play. So Howard unable to get the bunt down. And with 1 down, here's Tommy Agee. Agee, the front runner for the Rookie of the Year award. Of course, he actually won it in real life in '66. Catfish from the stretch. 2-12 righty. Liner to third. It's a Lomax. Cater back to first. Berry too far off the bag, and that's a double play. Agee lines into the inning-ending double play, and we go to the bottom of the third. We actually have says we have 18 people in the chat right now. Not bad for a football Sunday. Here's Ernie Fazio. Not much at all on that card versus righties. Let's look at the numbers. Fazio is just 2 for 13 so far. He does have an RBI. Howard set now, 111. Rolls it over to short. That's going to be Elia. Throws to McCraw, 1 down. Trivia from Ernest Cruz, named 2 other players named Catfish. That's what I would have thought what Franklin just said. Does Mudcat Grant count? No, it does not. Wow. I have no clue on this one. Hunter of B bunter. The White Sox are going to... Well, no, there's nobody on. Hunter, a 2 right-handed hitter on a 6-6. High fly to center, backing up his Agee. Double to 5, and Agee makes the play. So Hunter A well-struck ball to center, but A.G. able to go back and get it. And with 2 down, here's Campy. Here comes Bruce Howard with the windup and the pitch. It's a 4-2 righty. High fly ball to left and deep. Barry back, going back on the track to make the catch. And Howard sets him down in order in the 3rd. Another thing that spurred the White Sox play in recent times is the moving of Howard to the starting rotation. Of course, getting Adair got Buford off of second base and over to third. That had to help. And we go to the 4th inning. Here's Buford, who walked in the 1st. Hunter into the windup. 6-11, swung on and missed. Strike 3. First strikeout for Catfish Hunter. Here's Tom McCraw now. Hunter gets the sign from Roof. Here comes the pitch. It's a 110 righty, and that is ripped hard into the right center gap. Double to 16. He's in for second. And he's in there with a double. Excuse me. The 1-out double by McCraw. And here's the cleanup man, the catcher, John Romano. I can't think of anybody else named Catfish, Ernest. Anyone in the chat? Anyone? Bueller? Hunter? A glance at second. Comes to the plate 1-5. Struck him out. Big strikeout there for Hunter. His second of the inning. And it will be up to Floyd Robinson. Here's the pitch. 2-7 righty. That's going to drive in a run. Double to 8. That's going to be a double for Robinson. Scoring is McCraw, and the White Sox take a 1-0 lead. That'll bring up Jerry Adair, who's been swinging a hot bat as well. Hunter's pitch on a 3-7. Routine grounder to short. Campaneris comes in on it, gloves it, throws on the run in time. That'll do it, but the White Sox get a run on 2 hits and leave a man. And they take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the 4th. Here on a Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know why I announced that as if it was a holiday. I guess it kind of is, really. Not for me, obviously. Now, for some reason, I'm thinking of the Catfish Kitchen in Texas City, Texas. They're probably not even in business anymore. But man, was that good. I was only about 18, and I still remember it. Wow, that's crazy, Ben. I mean, it's, you know, if you got the day off because of it, that would be cool. With pay, of course. Gosker, Hirschberger, and Repos in the bottom of the 4th. Howard gets the sign from Romano. That's going to be a 4-7 lefty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Second strikeout for Howard. And here's Hirschberger. Into the windup goes Howard. 3-7. Right-handed. Fly ball straight away center. Fairly deep. A.G. gliding to the ball and makes it look easy. Metkovich Oh man, I should have got that one. He's in the ATG set. Catfish Metkovich. Hell, billionaires own the team. Again, I point to the Pepsi Frito Corporation. Just Google the companies they own. Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, KFC, among others. Here's Repos, the pitch. 2-6 righty. Hits it to shortstop. Lee Elia gloves it and throws him out. And Howard is retired 7 in a row. So Bruce Howard cruising along once again as we go to the 5th inning. Game moving very briskly. I don't know, Ernest. They might. Like I say, I mean, they own more stuff than I even know. But just to give you an example, when I started in the grocery business in 1971, the stores decided what the end displays were going to be. By the time I retired in 2011, Pepsi Frito tells you what your end displays are going to be. And Cerberus, Walmart, and Kroger, these are not exactly small companies. Between the three, they sell about 74% of the nation's groceries. Okay, enough of that. It's kind of depressing, really. Here's Lee Elia to lead it off against Catfish. Catfish with the windup, 5-7 righty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Elia, 3rd K for Hunter. And here's Ken Berry. Hunter gets the sign from Ruth. 2-9 righty. Rolls it over to short where Campaneris is positioned perfectly. Throws him out 2 down. That'll bring up Howard, the switch hitter batting lefty. 3-7 righty. He grounds it to second. Easy play for Fazio, who throws him out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Catfish Hunter. So a pitcher's duel day halfway through in a 1-0 game. Hello, Richard Watts. How are you today, Richard? Oh, and then there's that company that basically controls all the radio stations. So that's pretty much why music is completely in the shitter. Bottom for the 5th, here's Cater. Yanni Cater lined to third his first time up. Wrong pitcher. Hang on. Bruce Howard ready to go to work. Pitch to Cater on a 3-3 righty. He loses him ball 4. Second walk issued by Howard. Cater no threat to run, and the batter will be Joe Nosek, the beer batter. He walked his first time up. From the stretch, Howard comes in with a 2-3, and that's a base hit into right field. An open single, Cater rounding to third, 14-16. Robinson and right at +1, 17. They're going to send him, and the White Sox will cut it off and keep Nosek at first. So all the way to third goes Cater. Cater showing off his blazing speed there. And Kansas City with runners at the corners and nobody out. Phil Roof coming to bat. Let's see how Chicago's going to play this. As always, I like to look at the ground ball A's on the card in this situation. Looks like 16, 21, 22. That's quite a bit. Chicago will play back. They'll trade a run for 2 outs. And here's the pitch for Roos. It's going to be a 6-8 righty. Liner right at Buford. Oh my. Just back to the bag in time is Cater. Buford snagged it, tried to tag Cater, but Cater got back in time. 1 down for Fazio. And they will pull it in for Fazio with 1 down. Here's the pitch. On a 4-12, he walks him to load the bases. Holy cow. A 1-out walk to Fazio, who, as you can see, has practically nothing on his card against right-handers. And with the bases loaded and 1 down, here's Catfish Hunter. Hunter, a B bunter. And they don't care. They're going to move the infield back again. Hunter will swing away. Here it is, 6-7, grounder second base X. That could be 2. That's Jerry Adair, a 2-18. Here is the play on a 5. Adair has it, steps on the bag, throws to McCraw, in time, double play. What a play by Jerry Adair to save at least 1 run. That's going to be a web gem. And the Athletics threaten but fail to score in the bottom of the 5th. Maybe he should have tried the squeeze play. Let's see, with a B. 3, 6, 10, 15, 21. 21 out of 36, it would have worked. Something to keep in mind. Probably should have done the squeeze there with Hunter. Well, too late now, and we go to the 6th. Top of the order for Chicago, Tommy Agee steps in against Catfish. Here comes the windup, and here comes the pitch. It's a 6-5 righty grounder, shortstop X. Tough chance for Campy. Campy into the hole, 323. Here's the play on a 10, error range, 7. On a 23, he gloves it. Throws in time to nip the speedy Agee. Nice play, Campaneris at shortstop. That'll bring up Buford. Left-handed hitter. Hunter with the windup. 3-8. That's ripped into right center. Triple to 8. It's going to be a long single for Buford. Speed on the bases now for Chicago. 17 held at 15. McCraw at the plate. Buford's going to roll for the lead. 2 through 6 or 9. 6, he's got it. 1 to 15, there goes Buford. Roof's throw down, and he's caught like a thief in the night. What a peg by Phil Roof. 2 down, here's the next pitch to McCraw. 6-11, swung on and missed, strike 3. So nothing doing for the White Sox in the 6th inning. Richard Rhino Rock. They want to do a replay between 69, 72, and 53. It would be 16 teams, Windows computer game, I assume, Richard. 2 humans and the rest managed by Hal. Well, they just re-released the 72 set, so that could be interesting. Other than that, I don't really have a preference. I think any one of those would be great. Sixth inning, first endurance inning for Bruce Howard. Clinging to a 1-0 lead with the top of the Kansas City order coming up. Campy Campaneris 0 for 2 today. Howard gets the sign. Here comes the pitch. It's a 1-4 righty. He lifts it the other way to right. Routine for Robinson, who puts it away for the first out. Man, I'm really lagging. Let me refresh this. My monitor is lagging way behind. Jim Gosker will be the hitter. Jim's 0 for 2. Bruce Howard with the pitch. That is a 3-8 righty. Struck him out. Called strike 3. Gosker not happy about it. Batter will be Mike Hirschberger with 2 away. Howard into the windup. 4-6 righty. Rolls it over to short. That's Lee Elia. Gloves it. Throws across to McCraw, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Bruce Howard. We're moving to the 7th inning already. Mookie at the top of the tower, looking on. John Romano steps to the plate 0 for 2. Catfish into the windup. This is his first endurance inning as he comes set and delivers a 2-11 right-handed fly ball to straightaway center. Nosek backs up a bit and pulls it in. Here's Floyd Robinson, doubled in the game's only run in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. The pitch from Catfish is a 5-7 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the 4th strikeout for Catfish, and with 2 down and nobody on, here's Jerry Adair. Grounded to short twice. Hunter comes set. The pitch, 2-6 righty. Goes the other way with it and plunks it into right field for a single. Hirschberger gets it back in. Adair rounds and holds it first. 13 not held. He's going to try to roll to 7. Does not get it. Here's the pitch to Lee Elia. From the stretch, it's a 3-4. Hits it down to third, slow roller. Cater comes in on it, gloves it, and throws him out. No runs a hit, 1 left for the White Sox. As we go to the stretch, it's a pitcher's duel today. Catfish Hunter and Bruce Howard, and the White Sox lead it 1-0. And now it's Mookie time. Well, he's not doing much, is he? Let's go around. What you looking at there, Mookie? Mookie. It's out there. I don't see anything. Obviously he does. Let's see if I can distract him with this. What do you think, Mookie? Meow meow. Meow meow. He says I'm not paid to do anything. I'm just paid to sit here and look pretty. All right, I'm going to get some coffee. Oh, that's more like it. Coastal Peaks. Holy cow, we've got super chats. H. Field, spent day playing Strat as well, Mookie Cam. And Ben Witz, Dancing Cat. Thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. And by the way, welcome in, H. Field. $69, you get the Pilots. That was also a great replay by Jeffrey Guterman, who completed the entire season here on YouTube. I don't think he started the season on YouTube, but he did play the whole season. Second endurance inning for Howard. As we go to the bottom of the seventh. Well, I'm going to give you an example, Ben. I was out shopping. I picked up a Starbucks Black today. I just finished that. I just poured myself a cup of Coastal Peaks. By comparison, it makes that Starbucks taste like mud. I never tasted them back to back like that. It was really enlightening. Either Coastal Peaks is that good or Starbucks just isn't that good. Maybe a little of both. Roger Repose will lead off the bottom of the seventh. Bruce Howard set to go to work. Gets the sign from John Romano on a 2-5 righty. Repose hits it high and deep to center. Agee going back. It's over his head. Repose will cruise in with a leadoff double, and the tying run is in scoring position with nobody out. And that's going to get him stirring in the Chicago pen. Mostly right-handers in the Kansas City lineup. Bob Locker, who worked the game. Oh, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. Bob Locker, who worked the game in real life, throwing. Danny Cater's the hitter. No, I'm not either, Ben. I always say they're consistent. They're basically the McDonald's of coffee. Not great, but it's always exactly the same. I wish I knew a place to go. I mean, I was in the store and they had one, so that's why. Cater 0 for 1 with a walk. Howard checks the runner. The pitch on a 6-4 right-handed is a grounder to short X. That's a tough chance for Elia, 3E40. Ranging behind the bag on a 13. He's got it. Throws him out, and on the play, Repos takes third. Now the tying run 90 feet away with 1 out. Joe Nostic at the plate. The White Sox will bring the infield in. Nostic, a poor butter. Walked and singled so far. So Howard in a jam here. Romano out to the mound. Okay, they're set to go. Howard to glance at third. 1-7 righty. Called strike 3. Drink him if you got him. The beer batter down on strikes. Nostic not happy about it. That leaves it up to the catcher, Phil Roof. Howard with the pitch. That's going to be a 3-3 right-handed, and he plunks him. Taking his base is Phil Roof on the hit by pitch. We can assume that one got away from Howard. And in the 7th inning, we've done our due diligence with Fazio. Dick Green comes out of the dugout to bat for him. Dick Green leads the team in runs batted in. 252 average, 3 home runs, 35 RBIs. So Kansas City has the right guy at the plate. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Howard working from the stretch. 3-5, routine grounder to short. Elia gloves it, throws across in time, and the rally is extinguished. No runs, a hit, 2 left on, and we've completed 7. White Sox still lead at 1-0. Dick Green will stay in the game at second. Pretty much my replacement guideline is 3 at bat, 7 innings, but I allow a little flex there for these computer-only cards. In other words, there was no way I was leaving that at bat in Fazio's hands. Second endurance inning for Catfish Hunter as we move to the 8th inning in a nail-biter. Kansas City has just 2 hits. Chicago has 5. Ken Berry will start it off. Catfish into the windup. 6-11 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And working on a shutout, Howard, a switch hitter, will hit. 6-4 lefty, grounder shortstop X. Tough chance Campaneris, 323. Here's the play on a 13. He's there, makes the play, and throws him out. Nice play, Campaneris. 2 down for Tommy Agee. Hunter into the windup. 4-4 righty, grounder to third base X. That's Cater. 421. Towards the line on a 9, error range. 7 on a 21, and he boots it. Error Cater. So E5, the speedy Agee reaches. Held at 15, Don Buford at the plate. Buford rolling for the lead. 2 through 6 or 9. 7, he does not get it. I'm sorry, 2 through 6, 11 or 12. 7, he still doesn't get it. I was looking at Buford. AG being held. Buford from the left side. Here's the pitch. 1-4. Routine grounder to second. Dick Green flips it over to repose, and that'll do it. Chicago strands a man in the top of the 8th. You did call it, Franklin. Howard now in his 3rd endurance inning working on a 2-hitter. And that's going to do it for Hunter. Kansas City will send up a pinch hitter for Catfish Hunter. Hunter worked 8 innings. 5 hits, 1 run. Excellent game by Hunter. Walked only 1. Struck out 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Mostly righties. Ken Sanders. Maybe. Give me a moment here. I want to check the... I want to check the usage on the Kansas City pen. It will not be Sanders. Jack Aker throwing. Now let's see who the pinch hitter is going to be against Bruce Howard. We need to get somebody on base. This is the perfect spot for Ed Charles, who also has great speed. Charles hitting .290 on the year, 3 homers, 22 RBIs. Ed Charles leading off the bottom of the 8th. His team down by 1. Howard into the windup. 3-8 righty. He rolls it over to short, fielded by Elia, who throws him out, and Charles is retired. That'll bring up Campy. Howard gets the sign. 3-9 righty. He pops him up left side. Elia waving his arms, and he'll take that one as well. Pop to short. 2 down for Gosker. Gosker 0 for 3, struck out twice. Howard with the windup. 3-8. Cold strike 3, and it's the hat trick for Jim Gosker. And Bruce Howard finds himself 3 outs away from a complete game shutout. 1-0 White Sox after 8 innings. Good night, Richard. Thanks for coming. What did you decide on, or did you? Brisk game, as they tend to be when nobody's hitting. New pitcher for Kansas City. It will be Aker. Aker 1-4, 14 saves, 3.62 on the season. McCraw, Romano, and Robinson due up. Tommy McCraw 1 for 3 today. Aker studying the signs, into the windup. It's a 1-11 righty, and that's lined into right for a leadoff single. McCraw 2 for 4. -4. They won't need to hold him on. Roof is 0, so McCraw not held at 11. Here's the cleanup man, John Romano. Romano's 0 for 3. Aker out of the stretch now. Checks the runner. Comes in with a 1-4 righty. Ground ball wide to second. Scooped up by Green. His only play is to first. And on the play, McCraw takes second. So insurance run in scoring position with 1 down for the White Sox. Floyd Robinson will be the hitter. His double back in the 4th drove in the game's only run. On deck, Jerry Adair. I want to thank everybody for being here with me today. Appreciate the support. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You guys are the best. Here's Robinson now. Aker ready to go to work. That's a 6-8 left-handed liner right into the glove of repose. Back to the bag is McCraw. Here's Jerry Adair. 2 down runner in scoring position. Aker. 3-7 right-handed. Rolls it over to short. Campaneris comes in on it. Gloves it. Fires across in time. And the side is retired. And here we are. Let's check the White Sox defense. And that's about the best they've got. Yep. And so it comes down to this. Howard, a 6-inning endurance-rated starter. 3 outs away from a complete game shutout. Clinging to a 1-0 lead. Kansas City will have the heart of the order. Hirschberger, Repose, and Cater. Howard's completed his warm-ups. He's ready to go to work. Here's Mike Hirschberger, 0 for 3 today. Howard gets the side. The pitch on a 4-8 right-handed, and it's outside for ball 4, and the leadoff man is aboard. Are we going to have another extra inning game? -1 battery. No, 0 battery. Romano's a +1 arm. Hirschberger 16, held on at 14. Repose at the plate, a C bunter. Hirschberger's going to roll for it. He needs a 5 or a 6. 7, he just missed it. Here's the pitch to Repose. It's a 2-5 righty. That's ripped high and deep to center. That's going to be over AG's head for extra bases. Hirschberger rounding at third. 15 -3, 12, and they're going to hold him up. And now, drama in the bottom of the 9th as the White Sox have the tying run 90 feet away, the winning run in scoring position, and nobody out. On top of that, one more hitter walk will fatigue Howard. Locker is ready. Howard has earned the right to stay in. Mound visit, Romano, the whole infield out there, converging on the mound. Howard says he's got it. We'll see. Danny Cater's the batter. 0 for 2 with a walk. Infield in, of course. Howard ready to go to work. Checks the runner at third. The full windup. on a 4-7 righty. He walks him to load the bases, and he is fatigued. And here comes Stanky, and that's going to do it. One of the rare times you'll ever see me pull a pitcher throwing a shutout. And in comes Bob Locker. Man, what a situation for Locker to inherit. What a game by Howard, but it's in jeopardy here. He only allowed 3 hits. No runs so far, but the bases are loaded with nobody out, and they're all his. Hello, Joel. That was a good idea, and the game did it for me. Howard walked a few, 3, 4. He walked 5 and hit a batter. So while he only gave up 3 hits, the command wasn't all that great. He struck out 5. And Bob Locker will take over. Locker 2-3, 3 saves, splendid 2.14 ERA, and 46 in the 3rd innings of work. Locker, of course, I remember from the A's, pitching against the A's today. The beer batter, Joe Nosek, is up. The infield is in. Let's see if they have anything on the bench. They don't really have another center fielder, however. Nosek's 1 for 2 with the walk. He's going to swing away with the infield in. Locker into the full windup. Here it comes. 5-5 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Huge strikeout for Bob Locker. Holy cow. Here's the catcher, Phil Roof. They could bring in Suarez. No, that's no good. Roof's better. Infield in for Roof. 0 for 2 was hit by a pitch his last time up. Looking for some payback here. Locker, the full windup. 4-8 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Holy smoke. Locker comes on and announces his presence with authority, fanning Nosek and Roof, and it will be up to team RBI leader Dick Green, who came in to pinch hit for Ernie Fazio in the 7th. Infield's definitely back now. Locker, a glance at third, the full windup. Here it comes. 110. That's going to win the ball game. That's a single, 2 stars. And they walk it off on a Dick Green 2-run single. Hirschberger scores. Repos from second scores. And Kansas City pulls it out in the bottom of the 9th. 2-1, and the crowd's going wild here in Kansas City. Locker almost locked it down. But Dick Green, with RBIs 36 and 37, wins the game. Green is go. Well, I don't think there's any doubt who the player of the game is. Howard takes the loss. He's 3-2. Jack Aker picks up the win. He's 2-4. Dick Green is the player of the game. Athletics win it 2-1 on 4 hits. An errorless ball game. The White Sox 1 run on 6 hits. Holy wow indeed. And that's going to do it for me. Tomorrow we will have the completion of this doubleheader, and the starting pitchers will be John Buzzhart for the White Sox, Chuck Dobson for the Athletics. Usual time, 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. So please join me for that. For those of you watching the football game today, the Super Bowl, enjoy it. We'll keep an eye out for you, Ben. Hopefully your taxes were not too painful. Anyway, I'm going to grab some lunch. So thanks again, everybody, for being here. Have a great evening, and hopefully see you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody. So long for now.